फोर्ड आई थिंक 21 में छोड़ के गया था. Ford Motors, but the best feature in this car is ADAS. I feel spare parts available है या नहीं.
Little difficult to source. Sometimes you don't even get it.
लिमिटेड बिकती है तो वो लोग ने बोला इतनी छोटी चीज के लिए इतना सेटिंग क्यों करे, क्यों खर्चा करे. स्टार्ट स्टॉप चलता है थ्रू द कनेक्टेड कार टेक्स अ लॉट लॉन्गर. तो इट इज नॉट मेड फॉर इकोस्पोर्ट. कौन सी गाड़ी के लिए बनाया ये?
I wish there was an easy answer to that question, but there isn't.
सब कुछ फोर्ड ओरिजिनल है.
सब Ford original है.
इस गाड़ी में ADAS है. वैसे ये फोर्ड इकोस्पोर्ट है और हाँ, हम इंडिया में ही हैं. यहाँ पे रेडार भी दिया गया फॉर ADAS. 360 डिग्री कैमरा हैज बीन इंस्टॉल्ड, सो यू कैन सी अ कैमरा ओवर हियर. और इसमें 6 पार्किंग सेंसर्स फ्रंट एंड रियर दोनों में आते. तो 1, 2, 3 एंड 3 दैट साइड, एंड पीछे भी 6 दिए गए. इसके साइड मिरर पे भी कैमरा दिया गया है. यू गेट हीटेड मिरर्स एंड साथ में इसमें ADAS का फीचर भी यहाँ दिख रहा है. एंड जिसने ये पूरी गाड़ी को बिल्डअप किया है इज यर दीपक शर्मा हिमसेल्फ. सो दीपक, आज आप हमें बहुत कुछ बताने वाले अबाउट दिस कार, आई एम श्योर. फर्स्ट थिंग आई लाइक टू शो यू गाइस इज दिस की. ये देख रहे हो ये चाबी, इसमें लॉक अनलॉक है, रिमोट स्टार्ट भी दिया गया है. एंड साथ में इफ यू कीप दिस प्रेस्ड फॉर अ व्हाइल तो आपके एक्चुअली सारे विंडोज भी खुल जाते हैं गाड़ी के, which is quite fantastic. And Deepak has lot more things to show us. He's got connected car, जिसको Ford Pass कहते हैं, in the EcoSport, और ये इंडिया में बनाई गई EcoSport है. So just show him what all can be done. आप बताइए.
Absolutely. So you can see the vehicle location. This is where the location is. You can lock and unlock the car. So for example, if I want to lock it, it's going to get locked now.
And remote start इसमें भी है.
Yes, remote start इसमें भी है. ये मैंने अनलॉक किया इसको,
Awesome.
कार को. And if you want, you can start the vehicle as well.
Wow. ये तो बहुत जल्दी हो गया. जनरली जो स्टार्ट स्टॉप चलता है थ्रू द कनेक्टेड कार टेक्स अ लॉट लॉन्गर.
Yes, yes, it does. But this is very, very fast.
इंटीरियर में क्या क्या चेंजेस किए गाड़ी में?
इंटीरियर में बहुत चेंजेस किए हैं. So there's ambient light.
बट फोर्ड का बताइए. ये एम्बिएंट लाइटिंग तो
हाँ.
आफ्टर मार्केट भी मिल जाता है.
नहीं, ये फोर्ड के ambient lights हैं.
ओके.
Yes, so कप होल्डर में है, स्लाइडिंग आर्मरेस्ट है, ये भी फोर्ड का है. जो डोर पॉकेट्स में है एंड डोर हैंडल्स में, ये भी फोर्ड के एम्बिएंट लाइट्स हैं. दे कैन ऑल बी कंट्रोल्ड थ्रू सिंक 4.
ओके, आपने सिंक 4 डाला है?
यस.
जिनको नहीं पता, इंडिया में फोर्ड आई थिंक 21 में छोड़ के गया था. दे वर सिंक 3
Sync 3, yes.
एंड इनके पास सिंक 4 है, विच इज अ मोर एडवांस वर्जन. सिंक 4 में क्या क्या आता है?
सो वायरलेस कारप्ले है, इट हैज बेटर कनेक्टेड फीचर्स, एंड सिंक 4 के साथ में देयर इज अ 13.2 इंच स्क्रीन एज वेल दैट आई हैव इंस्टॉल्ड.
वाओ.
इट्स अगेन फोर्ड OEM 13.2
वाओ. एंड आई एम अज्यूमिंग ये सब आपने थाईलैंड से मंगवाया होगा?
नहीं, ये सब मैंने UK, US, यूरोप, जहाँ से जो पार्ट्स मिले मैंने मंगा लिए.
वाओ, दैट इज प्रीटी कूल. एंड सब कुछ फोर्ड ओरिजिनल है?
सब फोर्ड ओरिजिनल है. सो इवन जो इसमें USB हब है वो फोर्ड ओरिजिनल है. रियर पोर्शन में भी एक USB हब लगाया मैंने, जहाँ पे 2 USB पोर्ट्स हैं. सो वो बैक पैसेंजर्स इन द बैक साइड वो यूज कर सकते हैं USB पोर्ट.
बट रियर में आता नहीं है?
नहीं.
इनफैक्ट आई रिमेंबर इकोस्पोर्ट डिडंट हैव रियर AC वेंट्स एंड रियर पोर्ट. तो अभी आपने यू हैव इंस्टॉल्ड दैट टू टाइप C.
करेक्ट, टाइप C.
वाओ.
बोथ आर टाइप C.
वाओ. एंड आई सी Bang & Olufsen स्पीकर्स. ये आपने आफ्टर मार्केट?
नहीं, दिस इज ऑल्सो फोर्ड Bang & Olufsen स्पीकर. सो फोर्ड हैज इंस्टॉल्ड Bang & Olufsen since 2018, I believe. I could be wrong, but they've been installing it in their cars. So this Bang & Olufsen set that I've installed, all the speakers and the amplifier and the subwoofer I imported from UK.
Wow.
I installed it in my car.
एंड कितने स्पीकर्स हैं इसमें?
इसमें total 12 speakers हैं. So this includes a subwoofer, it includes 4 speakers in the front because it's got tweeters.
Speaker, tweeters, everything.
So everything. Correct.
Wow. Generally Bang & Olufsen I've heard to come in Audis, but Ford में, wow.
And this heated steering wheel as well. It's a very custom, nice steering wheel. It is a heated steering wheel also, and yeah, there's a lot of features in the car now.
But why heated steering wheel? जब you stay in a city like Mumbai, जहाँ it is winter but it is not hot, cold. It's hot.
So my plan is to basically travel the country, and if you go towards the colder climates or the colder weather, and we want to make sure that the heated steering wheel option is available.
Wow.
So that it keeps us warm,
But the best feature in this car is ADAS, I feel, जो हम drive करके experience करेंगे.
Yes, we
let's
should.
go. So Deepak, let's try.
Yes.
चलो. I'll go and drive. And here we are on the road. ये मैप जो है इस पे भी चलता है ऑन द क्लस्टर एंड यू हैव अ न्यू क्लस्टर.
Yes,
आई रिमेम्बर द EcoSport हैविंग two big dials.
the analog cluster. Yes,
Yeah, with the blue needles.
yes.
Because I had the Fiesta diesel and then I had the EcoSport. दोनों गाड़ियों का cluster was quite basic, but this is quite advanced as a cluster. I mean, compact SUVs में कोई भी गाड़ी में ये cluster नहीं आता है.
Nahi. This is a digital cluster which was available in Ford Puma, Ford Focus.
अच्छा.
Or with the Ford UK models, but yeah, that's
India
the one
में
I'm
नहीं.
using. India में नहीं.
And अभी आपके ADAS में I can see there are a lot of things. This is ADAS level 2, I'm assuming.
That's correct.
Wow. Adaptive cruise control है, limiter है,
Distance.
distance है,
Centering.
lane centering है and speed of course adjustment दिया गया है.
Correct.
Wow, pretty cool यार. ये सेटअप करने में कैसे किया कैसे?
It took a lot of time. I mean, it's trial and error भी था. So get a cluster connected, most of the features work. Then you have to do configuration. फिर धीरे-धीरे check करना पड़ता है कि क्या चल रहा है, क्या नहीं चल रहा है. And then you keep adjusting till you get everything right. Because this was not made specifically for EcoSport, right? So it requires a lot of work to get it correctly working for EcoSport itself. तो उसमें time काफी लगा.
तो it is not made for EcoSport. कौन सी गाड़ी के लिए बनाया है ये?
ये क्लस्टर बनाया गया है फोर्ड प्यूमा के लिए.
And ADAS?
एंड ADAS जो मैंने लिया फोर्ड फोकस से लिया.
ओह, ओके. अब ये सब आपने किया कैसे सेटअप इन द कार? क्योंकि ADAS तो वैसे इट्स अ डिफिकल्ट थिंग टू गेट इन कार. ऑनेस्टली मेरी मर्सिडीज में नहीं है बिकॉज इट्स अ सिंपल फैक्ट कि यार जर्मन कार्स लिमिटेड बिकती है तो वो लोग ने बोला इतनी छोटी चीज के लिए इतना सेटिंग क्यों करे, क्यों खर्चा करे. इज वेयर मर्सिडीज, BMW, Audi डोंट हैव ADAS इन इंडिया.
मेहनत काफी लगी इसमें. जैसे रेडर बिठाना है ADAS का, IPM में कैमरा फिट करना है विंडस्क्रीन पे, which was a very difficult task by the way. But I'm very happy with the implementation because जैसा ADAS का अगर आप जब टेस्ट करेंगे तो आपको पता लगेगा it's very very smooth. I've driven other cars, but I feel this is one of the best implementations for ADAS, and it still uses version 3 of the hardware.
Yes, we are on ADAS right now. और अभी यहाँ पे आगे एक टर्न आ रहा है. So we'll come to know how well does it work into a lane.
Yes, so देखते हैं.
Already come. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, but the car is steering.
Car is steering, yes.
Car is steering itself on a turn.
But it will cancel if you don't keep your hands on the steering wheel very quickly.
I've done it now.
Now it is going to go away, yes.
Okay. Yeah, it works fine.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I can already see the car थोड़ा speed कम होते जा रहा है.
हाँ, speed कम होगी.
Because आगे signal था, the
Correct.
signal has just started. Okay, keep hands on the steering wheel.
Yes.
Wow.
Safety first, always safety first.
I'm sure.
So this car reminds me on and on again, that I should be careful when I'm driving.
I
That's
changed the
best
lane with an indicator. कोई problem
Yes.
नहीं हुआ. Now let me just go out of the lane and see if it works. Okay, it pulls me back in the lane. Yeah. It pulls
Yes,
me
it
back.
gives you an audible alert as well. So even if I doze off, for example, which I'm sure I never will, the audible alert will basically wake me up or anybody else who's basically driving. So the audible alerts are very helpful.
But I'm really surprised. कहाँ car manufacturers इतना setup करते हैं इंडिया में? See, I get it कि I'm sure आपका वो जो automatic emergency braking है, that will not work the best for India. क्योंकि वो यूरोपियन कंडीशंस के हिसाब से बनाया गया है.
Absolutely.
लेकिन बाकी सब तो should work well.
Correct. बाकी सब I think works well, but autonomous emergency braking is a very difficult topic because India में we have very close driving anyways and lane markings are not there. There's a lot of prerequisites or conditions required for AEB to work properly, and I usually turn it off in my car.
So in Europe, the reaction time is 2 seconds. For India, the reaction time is 0.9 seconds.
Oh,
Or
wow.
0.8 seconds.
That's an
For
impressive
AEB.
statistic.
Most people don't know about it. And there are certain brands India में जो आज भी AEB दे रहे हैं, but वो distance किया उन्होंने कम, but when they brake ना, they brake like third. So everybody is in panic.
Yeah.
And ये आपने कैसे लगा है ADAS on the windshield? Because generally you have to change it.
Yeah, नहीं मैंने windshield change नहीं किया because I want to keep the OEM one. So it requires polishing and then cleaning, and then you have to put a specific primer, just to attach the camera bracket, and then you have to put a camera on it, and the camera has to be positioned in a perfect setting, otherwise it will not capture the lanes, it will not capture the vehicles in front of it. It won't calibrate, basically calibration fails. तो उसको काफी time लगा करने में. This was probably the toughest part.
And इन सब चीजों को ना equipment लगता है, is what I'm assuming. जैसे आपने कैमरा लगाया,
हाँ.
सो अगर कैमरा सही नहीं लगा सो यू हैव टू एक्चुअली अनमाउंट इट, फिर लगाना पड़ेगा, और यू नीड सम रियली हाई एंड इक्विपमेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि ये पोजीशन सही है या ये पोजीशन गलत है. हाउ डिड यू डू दैट, और कितना टाइम लगा ये सब करने को?
So इसको काफी टाइम लगा, मतलब this camera mounting part itself took me a couple of months because finding the right person. If you over polish the अगर आप उसको ज्यादा पॉलिश कर देंगे विंडस्क्रीन को या विंडशील्ड को तो ग्लास में क्रैक आ जाएगा, ब्रेक हो सकता है. तो this has to be done very very carefully and you have to keep polishing it with different sandpaper so that you get that proper clear view. So उसको काफी टाइम लगा, but thankfully मुझे ज्यादा तकलीफ नहीं हुई because once you कैमरा उसका पोजीशन प्रॉपर्ली अगर एडजस्ट किया एंड देन कैलिब्रेशन के टाइम पे आपको दिख जाता है कि एडजस्टेड है कि नहीं बराबर. सो आई थिंक इन माय केस दैट पार्ट वर्कड आउट वेरी नाइसली, बट आई नो इट कैन बी वेरी ट्रिकी.
इफ आई टॉक ऑफ थिंग्स, आपने ADAS पहले ही इम्प्लीमेंट किया और यू रियलाइज दैट आई नीड Sync 4 and then I need to move towards ADAS? What was the first thing you added?
The first thing I added was Sync 4 and then I moved to ADAS because Sync 4 was relatively easier to upgrade.
How much cost?
About, I don't know, maybe 60-70K.
And time to do that?
Time for Sync 4 and ADAS, I think overall I've spent about 2 to 3 years, last 2 to 3 years doing all my upgrades.
But सिर्फ Sync 4 करना हो तो?
सिर्फ Sync 4 करना है तो it should not take you more than a couple of weeks now.
अच्छा.
It should be very simple and straightforward.
Parts import करने में time जाएगा.
Parts import करने में time जाता है, but even that is easy now.
ADAS किसी को करना है तो?
ADAS will be very tricky. I think that requires at least a month. The most difficult part, सबसे ज़्यादा difficult part वो windshield पे mount करना है. बाकी सब हो जाता है. जैसे वो radar mount करना काफी tricky है. उनका proper alignment, horizontal, vertical रखना पड़ता है. It has to be properly on x-axis and y-axis. So it requires a lot of precision. But there are people who do it, but time निकालना, करना, then testing, and then making sure it works as expected takes a little bit of time. It's more of time that is needed to get it working properly. So in my case, radar was like 5 degrees off, so I adjusted it and then we finally got it to the right angle. So bracket को adjust करना पड़ा था, but it was worth it.
And you've set up cameras. ये setup कैसे कोई कर सकता है? इसका क्या cost आएगा? If
Cameras should be around 20K and the requirement for me was, मेरा requirement front camera था, but then I thought I'll spend a little bit more and get the side cameras as well. The rear camera anyways comes with EcoSport.
But ये Sync 4 पे ही चलता है या दूसरे जो current
Sync 3 पे भी चलेगा ये.
चलेगा.
हाँ.
And this is the fact that this is original. ये original Ford camera system है.
The rear camera is original Ford. The front and the side cameras are Sony cameras.
Your car even shows the speed of the road, which is pretty cool.
Traffic sign recognition, yes. It takes a mix of the road signs on the road, which gets priority over the signs it gets from the maps. So there's local maps, India maps loaded on my Sync 4, and basically it picks speed signs as a fusion from both of them.
So if anyone has to get 1 or 2 things done, जो होना ही चाहिए as an upgrade, let's say I have an EcoSport, someone there in the market, and वो बोलता है मुझे EcoSport change नहीं करनी है, like you are one of the examples of that.
Yeah.
But I need 1 or 2 new car features, which I don't need, मतलब मेहनत नहीं करनी है, भले थोड़ा बहुत खर्चा हो जाए, लेकिन मेरे को वो अपग्रेड लाना है मेरी गाड़ी में. तो what could be that 1 or 2, 3 things that you recommend?
I think the first thing people can change is the steering wheel.
ठीक है.
That I think is very important because you get the mute option as well, which was a key requirement for me.
Okay.
Then of course it gives a sportier feel as well because visually what you get is what makes it nice for you, right, when you drive. And the second thing is obviously the cluster, the instrument cluster. I think that digital cluster is very, very nice and visually very appealing and easy on the eyes. So I think that's the second thing they can do. And they are easy mods. They don't require much effort and any mechanic can actually do it for you if you get the right stuff.
More like a plug and play.
More like a plug and play.
And
not exactly. But
camera?
A 360 camera can also be done quite easily. Even that shouldn't be a lot of effort. It comes with the wiring and everything. But yes, I mean, for your subscribers, if they ever have any kind of questions, I'm always available to answer and help them in any possible way I can.
बड़ी प्रॉब्लम में आ जाओगे अगर आप ये बोलोगे तो.
No, but then that's how our Ford community is. You know, we all like to help each other out. So anybody needs help, they can always reach out to me. Time permitting, I'll obviously help them out.
Deepak, you've taken 2-3 years to modify your car.
Yes.
It can be time consuming, irritating क्योंकि काफी टाइम पार्ट्स आते नहीं हैं, कुछ बैठता नहीं है साथ में.
Correct.
So you feel bad about it.
Yes.
Apart from you, there are more people who feel bad about it in your house, right?
That's true.
तो आप उनको join करवाना चाहोगे in this conversation with us?
No, absolutely. My wife, Vanita, I think she should join us.
It's been 2-3 years. where आपकी कार modify होते जा रही है. How is it being feeling for you? Good, bad, proud?
Well, I'm not going to lie. This journey has been a mixture of pleasant and unpleasant moments. Well, you should see my house. It has become a mini garage. My dining table is a bench for his car parts and everything. But I'm extremely proud of him. Honestly, he's so consistent and he has never lost his focus. वो बोलते हैं ना कुछ सपने सोने नहीं देते. So he's a great example for that. I'm really proud of him for this.
तो
achieving
अभी
all this.
आपका डिनर कहाँ होता है अगर
सोफे पे या बेड पे, बट डाइनिंग टेबल पे कुछ नहीं, कुछ अलाउड ही नहीं है, कुछ भी रखने के लिए अलाउड नहीं है डाइनिंग टेबल पे. तो वैसे है, हमारे घर में गेस्ट भी नहीं आते हैं, विच इज़ अ गुड थिंग. हम लोग बोल देते कि डाइनिंग टेबल पूरा भरा हुआ है, खाना नहीं खा सकते, बाहर ही चलते हैं. ऐसे ही हो रहा है अभी तक तो.
Well, it gives you an opportunity to go out and eat,
Yes,
right?
yes, that is true. Yes, very true.
No, but I'll clean things up now. Now that things are
Yeah, he has
completed.
promised
now,
me. So he's
yeah.
like, I'm going to take care of those issues. So yes, I'm very happy.
next update on the car?
Next update on the car, I think I've got a few more smaller things to finish up.
ठीक है.
Otherwise, it's going to be used for long drives now.
ठीक है. So दीपक एक बहुत ही curious question है, is that कि you've got all these parts, आपने बोला UK, कहीं US से लाए.
Correct.
अब किसी को ये सब लाना है.
Right.
Where can they buy it from if there's an option like website or something or import?
Right.
How do they get that all to India?
So the best site for buying these items is eBay, and then of course you can buy it from Ford directly as well, whether it is UK or US or any country. And then how to use those parts, how to install those parts. There are a couple of Team BHP articles which I can recommend. The person I mentioned earlier, Satya Chand Bandaru, I think he's made some very, very nice articles as to how to do something on your own. And if you need to bring something from UK or US, there are some Facebook groups, and there's one that is very popular. It's called BMTFT. I think that group, there are people who travel from other countries to India, and then if somebody needs something, they get it. Like
Oh wow.
usually supplements or anything else, right? So people ask and they help each other out. And obviously, with everything, you need to have your due diligence in place. But yeah, that's how I've basically been able to source stuff. But a lot of it goes in as your efforts, right? So the hard work comes after you get all of these things, right? So that's what it is.
And any dealer or someone or place where they can get this fitted, where you think can be recommended? I'm sure आप locally बता पाओगे. You'll not be able to tell.
Correct,
pan
local,
India.
and as long as you have a mechanic that you trust, because you know once your car is out of warranty, people typically try to get servicing done, locally, and they typically know your car, so they know what needs to be done. So as long as you go to a local mechanic who's knowledgeable, and you have those articles to help, that should be good enough.
Okay, one question related to Ford
Sure.
specifically. Ford literally 21 में exited India.
Correct.
Now we are 26, 5 years down the line.
Yes.
Spare parts available है या नहीं in terms of local buyers?
I think smaller spare parts are available, but for example, for older cars or some specific spare parts like harnesses and all, little difficult to source. Sometimes you don't even get it. I've heard of some specific parts related to ABS and other things which have been in waitlist for months, in fact.
So yeah, एक interesting video था आज हमारे पास Ford EcoSport which has been converted to make almost like a 2025, 26 model. अगर आप अपनी गाड़ी को ऐसे अपडेट करना चाहते हो, I think this is a great video for those. And if you want us to make such more content for you in the coming days, let us know in comments. If you have such a car, let us know in comments. And अगर आप confused हो न्यू कार लेने के लिए, you don't know which car to buy at the end of the day, तो आप हमसे फ़ोन कॉल पे जुड़ के अपने सारे डाउट्स क्लैरिफाई कर सकते हो. Go to motoroctane.com/car-consultancy, वहाँ जाके अपनी डिटेल्स फिलअप कीजिए एंड कॉल टाइम बुक कीजिए एक एक्सपर्ट के साथ. मिलेंगे कल फिर से विद एन ऑल न्यू वीडियो. टेक केयर. बाय गाइस.